What's going on, YouTube? Cap24 coming back with a new play out of the gun-tight doubles formation that we're doing all week long out of the Steelers playbook. Yesterday we showed you a play called tight curl, showed you as a one-play score opportunity against cover 3, but doubled up as a really nice cloud flat beater. What I really like about this formation is that it has a lot of opportunity to destroy cloud flats, something you can have in the back of your mind saying, if I'm going against somebody who's running a lot of cover 2, a lot of cover 3 cloud flats, I want to go to this formation as my opportunity to get people out of that to kind of force their hand to play a different type defense. So I'm going to show you another way to beat cloud flats with this play called Z Spot. It's something I really like because it has the same exact type of setup that works great both on the short side of the field and the wide side of the field, giving you a nice opportunity to use it whenever you want to and have some similar success. So let's go take a look at it. So the first thing we're going to show you guys is how to attack the short side of the field as we're attacking the right side. So when we're on the right hash mark, the play is going to play a little bit different than if we're on the left hash mark, but we're going to use the same exact setup for both so you can see how it works. So the first thing we're going to do is show you cloud flats. We mentioned this is a great cloud flat beating formation, and we want to make sure we show you that. But this play does an amazing job of also beating hard flats, so we want to make sure that we show you that you can virtually beat any coverage as long as you make the correct read. So let's go take a look. This is cover 3 with cloud flats. It does not matter if they put their outside corners in deep halves or leave them in a traditional cover 3. It's going to work either or. And the setup is simple. We're going to block our tight end, put the B on a curl, and move this X to the right. Okay, so it's going to look like this. If you remember correctly on yesterday's video, and if you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out at the end of the video. We'll have a link to it. We got the cloud flat player to jump the curl when there's 2 threats to the side in which there is a curl on the numbers. Well, it's going to work the same way here. The cloud flat is going to stay high, jump the B, leaving the X open. What I like about this route is when we took the in and motioned him to the short side, it actually elongated his route to a 15-yard out, giving you a really nice successful play. So let's watch it here. What you're going to see is that cloud flat is going to jump the B, leaving the X open, and you're going to be able to hit the outside player. Now let me just show it to you in instant replay real quick so you can see what we're looking for, and then I'll show it to you one more time. So I'm just going to spread it out here. Now watch the strong safety from the top. He's going to go and he's going to stay high. See how he turns his hips? He never passes that 50-yard line. So basically he stays high. So you know that's not hard flats. And you're waiting here. Now you could always throw it to your running back as your first option. You can see that right there. If you're knowing that the guy stays high, I personally want to wait unless I'm getting any type of pressure on the guy to jump the curl. So watch how he goes ahead. He jumps the curl. We're going to step up in the pocket, throw it to the outside player, and we're going to give ourselves an easy 15-yard gain. Okay, so that's how it works on the short side with cloud flats. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you here. If we were to do hard flats, you're going to see that the guy's not going to stay high. He's going to come down. It's going to work the same exact way when you do so. I just want to make sure that this time I'm going to show you basically if it works against the deep halves, right? So we're going to move this guy over, and we're going to block our tight end, and we're going to put the B on a curl out. Now watch how the guy's going to come down and rally to the RB player, and you're going to get the X open on the right-hand side. So here we go. This guy's going to come down. You're going to be able to throw it to this player and get your catch on the sidelines just the same. The player is going to have a little bit of a different movement from the strong safety position because of the way he is designated for the hard flats. So you're going to see he's going to come down. See how last time he never went past the 50? At this point, I'm looking at that player and seeing he's coming down. I know that out pattern is going to get open. All I like to do on this play, see how there's a big window? I do like to pass lead it a little bit up so that way that strong safety doesn't have an opportunity to come back for it. You're going to see how that's got a really nice window to throw in, and you're going to be able to throw it to him. Now, there's a couple things on this play that I want to make sure I mention because when you're playing a user, he's going to have a couple different reactions, and I want to make sure that you know who to throw it to depending on what it is and give you 2 more options. Now, a lot of times, if you're hitting this player in the running back in the flat and you're not waiting on the out to develop, you're going to see someone's going to try to jump the RB. It happens pretty frequently if you're using that RB as a nice dump off. And I'll show you here real quick. The guy goes to the outside. You know, you're throwing it right here. You're just getting your 4 or 5 yards because it's your first threat. You just want to get a clean, easy catch. You can do that all day, right, when you're playing Cloud Flats. Well, what you're going to see is a lot of times is this A player, or this linebacker that's under A right here, the hook curl, they're going to kind of jump the right side of the field. Whether they're trying to jump the RB and work their way back to the out pattern, you want to make sure you've got some options. And the options are one or two things. It's either hitting the B on his curl. Most people are going to assume that he is on a streak pattern and they're going to leave him, so the B is going to be open. Or we've got this Y that we playmaker back to the inside of the field. When they vacate the middle of the field, it's going to be a really nice option for you to playmaker them back to where they were for an easy catch. So I want to make sure you know those options in case you're in a game situation and somebody's trying to take the right side of the field away from you to the short side with that linebacker. So if they go to the right like this, now you're waiting for that B, you're going to throw it to him really quickly, and you're going to have an easy catch right there. So that's your first option if they way overcommit. The second option is, like I mentioned here, is the playmaker. So we're going to show you that again here, where we're going to do the same thing, move this guy over, put the B on the curl, and block our tight end. Now watch the playmaker here with the Y. You're going to see that he's open. He's going to be your playmaker every single time. Throw it to him in the middle and get your yards. That time you got caught up with the lineman. It was a little bit shorter, but you'll notice that that playmaker is going to be a successful option for you if they overcommit. I'm not going to sit here and say that they overcommit all the time, but when they do, you want to make sure that you're not sitting there saying, what do I do next? You want to make sure that you got a pre-plan on your play to know that you've got something going on. So again, let's try this playmaker a little bit more clean this time. Y comes across, throw it to this player, and you get yourself about 5 yards. It's something that gives you a last case scenario to kind of have that back route that says, if all else fails, I know I've got a playmaking option to my #1 receiver in the slot in order to make it work. So let's go ahead and look at cover 2. Let's get that out here. And what we're going to do is show you what we like to go to. Now, typically speaking, you're not going to get that cloud flat to jump the B receiver like you would in cover 3 and cover 4. So you really want to look at the option of the RB route. What I tend to do on this play, and let me just get these guys in the right spots here, is basically wait on this table route. The table route is going to hit the sidelines and just sit there. So what I like to do is, because the X drives back that cloud flat, I'm typically going to get about 4 to 6 yards with this, just throwing it to the flat in order to make sure that we catch and get up the field. You always got the ability to do the Y route on the playmaker, or if somebody isn't covering the B because they got somebody, say they put them in a deep half like that, then sometimes that B receiver will be open as well if they don't basically rotate over to cover his zone, right? So watch this RB. He's going to get to the right side. We're going to wait. We'll throw to him right there. And you can see we're going to get our 5 yards. It's something that I'm typically wanting a cover 3 when it comes to the short side of the field, a cover 4 to the short side of the field. Not technically do I want to cover 2, but there's always that outlet to that player just because of the way that it's designed. So this time I'm going to leave the vertical hook there just so you can see that it works even if that guy is on a vertical hook, not on a deep half. And let's go ahead and show it to you again. Move this guy over. And we're going to go and show you basically who's going to be open is that RB. He's going to sit on the sidelines. Wait. Throw it to him now. Catch that ball. Get your 4 to 6 yards, right? So it's just a safety route that you were hoping for a different coverage. Realize it's cover 2. Don't panic. That guy will be sitting there against cover 2. Now, if somebody is going, say you want to use this in a short yardage situation, they're trying to, basically do hard flats on you, which I don't see very often unless it's, really short yardage, 3rd and 1, something like that. Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to utilize this X receiver, and he's going to have that same opportunity to get open on hard flats like he did in any other hard flat, because the RB is going to take this player down. You're going to wait for this X, throw it to him, and you're going to get yourself easy catch. So just know that it's there. If you see somebody jump that player, that table route, 9 out of 10 times that player behind him is going to be open, unless they're in some type of Mabel coverage, and you should be able to not see that too often unless you're running this over and over and over again. So let's go look at cover 4 real quick before you switch sides. And a lot of times what you're going to see most of the time with cover 4 is someone's going to baseline press, especially in this type of formation where it's compressed, and they're going to do a lot of times the hard flats. So what we're going to do is show you how this X receiver will beat hard flats just like he does in every other coverage. Even though that guy's pressed, what's going to end up happening is he's going to be still in his back pedal when we make that sharp turn, and we're going to be able to beat him to the sidelines. Typically speaking, cover 4 does a great job on corner routes because of the fact that they have an upward break, but when it comes to out routes where it's just a level break, they don't recover. So watch this here. You're going to see that it's going to jump down the RB. We're going to wait on this X. We're going to throw it to him and get our catch on the sidelines. Typically speaking, if you got a better route runner, you're going to have the great success. It really just depends on how your matchup is, but try to get as good route runner as possible. You're going to have success in that regard. So let's go ahead and look at the left hash mark as we go to the wide side of the field. I'm going to go against cover 3 first and show you basically how this works. I'm going to try to go through this a little bit quicker so that this video isn't as long. So what we did before was we put the B on a curl, we motioned this player over, and we blocked our tight end. It's going to be the same exact way when it comes to the wide side. Now the difference is that the cloud flat's not going to jump the B like it did to the short side because he's no longer in his area of responsibility. What's going to happen though is because the B is such a long route, it goes past the 10 yards, and so does the X. That player who is the strong safety is going to stay high. He's going to be at least 10 yards away from the line of scrimmage, and that's going to give us a nice easy throw to RB. We're going to nickel and dime this all day. So watch how it goes. You're going to see that the RB is open in the flat. Rat catch this and get yourself at least 5 to 7 yards because he's going to be so open. I'm going to show you on instant replay real quick. What you're looking for is a strong safety. He's going to go down originally, and then see how he opens his hips and goes kind of level. When he gets to that point, you're going to know that you've got this guy. If he continues to run down, that's when you know you should change your mindset. But when he comes down and levels off, this should be an easy opportunity for you to see this. Throw this ball to the flat, get your catch, and get up the field. Now let's show it to you when they go against hard flats. And what you're going to see here is that you're going to have the opportunity of throwing it to the X receiver. This works really, really well in regs, CFMs, because you're not going against any strong safeties that got, 95 plus speed, 95 plus zone, 95 plus play rec. A lot of times when you go against those guys in MUT, this could be a little bit tighter of a throw, and I want to tell you what you need to do to make sure that you complete this. If you try to throw from the pocket, from the left hash mark all the way to the right on a 15-yard out, even in the NFL, that's not a realistic throw that most people can make without a player being able to adjust back on it. So what you want to do for this is you kind of want to drift a little bit more towards the right hash mark when you're expecting to throw this type of pass, because what you want to make sure you do is shorten your throw so you get more arm strength behind it, allowing for yourself to throw this ball open. So I just want to make sure that you see that. We're going to do this here against hard flats and show it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of move to the right a little bit, and I'm going to throw this ball right there, okay? See how we were able to hit that throw pretty easily? If I was to try to throw it from the right hash, I'm going to show it you here, the left hash mark, you're going to see that that arm strength really basically exposes itself because you're trying to throw that wide side throw. That's why you want to make sure that if you have this play in mind, that it could be a hard flats, make sure you try to drift to the right, because if you try to stay from the side, watch here, I'm going to throw it here, you're going to see how that guy almost got there. Depending on your arm strength, depending on that player, it's going to shorten the window if you stay at the left hash mark. I really just want to teach you guys, sometimes you may not have the success, it's because you didn't follow, each step along the way. Make sure you kind of drift to the right, shorten your throw. It just makes, sense when you're trying to throw that wide side throw. So now let's go ahead and look at cover 2. And what you're going to see here with cover 2 is that the longer you wait, the better this throw is going to be to RB. You could throw to him early and you're only going to get about 2 or 3 yards because that cloud flat's going to come down. But as soon as you have that ability, let me get this guys in baseline. Okay, as soon as you get that ability to wait on him, you can throw to him on the sidelines for about 5 to 6 yard gain. So I do also like to kind of drift to the right on this, so you're not throwing that, completely far throw. You don't know if it's cover 3, you don't know if it's cover 2. So you kind of want to kind of drift a little bit, wait for that RB, throw it to him, and you can see how we're going to get our 5 yards. It's just something that's a bailout route, something we know that's going to be open. We're hoping for cover 3 because we can get more yardage, but again, if it's not, you're going to be able to throw it to that player. I'm not going to go over cover 4 to the wide side of the field just because it's going to work the same way as you saw with cover 3s. And very similarly to cover 4s, we're going to be able to throw the out pattern. But I just want to make sure that you saw what you had available to you when you go on either side of the field. Great type of play that you can mix in. As long as you make the read, you'll be able to beat hard flats and cloud flats, making your opponent adjust and giving you the upper hand when you are doing this scheme. I want to say thank you for everybody that has watched this video all the way to the end. We do appreciate your support. If you got something useful out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It does really help us grow our channel. If you're new to our channel and haven't seen one of the videos that are on your screen right now, go ahead and check it out for some great Madden content. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button.